All right.
Aspiringspike on the play with 6-card hand. Block Aspiringspike. That was very, very humorous.
Yeah, I mean, he definitely wants to block Ragavan as well. And not the best hands for either players, right? Like they were this both keeps obviously at this point, but like they are not across the strongest hands, especially the
Yeah.
scam one.
Yeah, you also don't love to rely on Ragavan hitting your opponent to hit your second land drop.
Oh,
So that is
Bottom's
definitely
chain.
a problem. But wow, that was a huge
Yeah.
throw from Cory here. This
Well,
Fury off the top.
yeah, I think Fury is gonna be the play, right? Here, if you turn one Fury, there's not too much. I mean, Spike has to kill Fury. He can kill with 2 bolts, but that's already like a big investment.
Yeah, that's an Unholy Heat. And Unholy Heat is probably not going to be online on the next turn, right? There's just a land and soon to be a creature in the graveyard for Spike. So very well, the Fury might just be able to attack twice because on the next turn you get to protect it with your Thoughtseize too. So
Yeah, I mean, it's a situation where the worst case for Corey is like a 3 for 3, and he, like that's the very worst case. And if I mean, I could see this Fury seeing the hands, he could just win the game. Like, as I said, Fatis protects it, and well, this is classic scam hand. I'm hoping for this hands in the finals.
yeah.
Interesting decision though. He had to choose between Ragavan and Fable. He actually spent some seconds on it, and he elected to discard the Fable. I assume because he's trying to just make Fury the game plan, like Fury Ragavan now, because if Fury dies, that means the Spike has to spend the removal. So that ideally means Ragavan gets a way to, connect.
Yes. Another way to summarize that would be that since you only have one extra land in your hand, you get rid of the free drop and keep the 1-drop. But
That's
what you
also
said
that.
is also
Yeah,
very
it's
true.
both. He's actually being super aggressive here. Ragavan into Thoughtseize, trying to threaten lethal next turn.
Mm-hmm.
And honestly, it's probably going to work. This was a fast game so far. Let's see, but DRC off the top. What do you think?
We could cast a DRC to just deal, threaten even more damage, I guess, next turn. Makes sense. It's not obvious to me if it's actually better than casting the Thoughtseize, but because we're not getting Delirium soon, but I guess it is a viable play.
Yeah, it's actually interesting because Rakdos scam not very well suited to get Delirium, so this DRC could actually be 1/1 forever. And yeah, I mean, so we can assume that Spike doesn't have two removals in his hand from the previous turn, so maybe Thoughtseize was actually better. It's interesting, absolutely.
Yeah, as it stands, we have to double bolt the Fury from Spike's seat, take 1 damage from the Wicked Roll, take 1 extra damage from the DRC, and the Lightning Bolt is gonna be enough.
Yeah, it's definitely the game is over. Well, this was a brutal hand from Rakdos. Spike hand was a mulligan, like he didn't get a very strong hand, but he will need like a very strong suite of cards to actually from this start. But both decks can actually come back from out of positions. Let's see what we have possible, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
It is interesting. Cory's sideboard features 3 copies of Leyline of the Void. I guess so does yours. But this is a card that Cory is going to be interested in the matchup. That's interesting for me to see. I could see it. I could see not wanting to bother, but hitting the Underworld Breach, which was a scary card, makes sense.
Yeah, I think he does care a lot about breach because once you cut the breach, Spike Zag is less able to actually run scam. Obviously, it has like some good cards like Questing Druid, but so does a scam in Fable. Like I think you can pair Fable against Druid and it's fine. But if you have to also deal with a breach, it's not a good idea.
Mhm.
I'm interested in how is like I also don't know what I will cut if I was Spike. Like I'm sorry, like Corey, because all the cards are actually okay. None of them are great, but it's like is Wood Walker good? Is Port Master good? They're like okay, Sherry, but they're not like great or anything. Well, he's going full Shieldred slower deck now.
69 cards.
I
I mean, I've been
was
doing that recently more and more. I just, when I play Amulet, I just add cards and I don't really cut down to 60. It's probably not really all that wise with every deck, and Scam is probably too like close to like a normal deck of Magic the Gathering cards for that not to be a reasonable strategy. So we see Corey trimming down to 60.
Yeah, we'll definitely see him. Well, you do this in Amulet because of it's a toolbox deck, so you want to keep all the toolbox cards.
Yeah.
That's
Like
interesting. That's good to know.
yeah, like and at times like I've been pondering strategies like cutting a Sun Home to get some extra cards to have them in post-port games, but then I just realized that I actually just prefer the 61 card version of the deck that features both the sideboard card and Sun Home.
That's very interesting. We see now Corey undecided a little bit. I will say he's probably gonna take a mixed approach. So whenever I see myself just struggling in these situations, I always do this. Corey's doing just put some of the cards, but not too many. So he's playing one Hidetsugu's Consume Soul and 2 Void Walkers, which kind of makes sense if you don't know how the match plays, because at least you protect from not being like too wrong. Like if either is correct, if you do this, you're semi-correct always, which is a fine approach if you don't know what's going on in the matchup.
Exactly, and cards like Fable of the Mirror Breaker helping you smooth out your draws, play into that dynamic even further.
Yeah, well, we'll see 2 keeps on 7, I will assume here. Well, I mean, Spike definitely keeping this. Corey. Yeah, it's
Double Leyline not looking so hot, but turn 1 Ragavan into 2 removal spells. That's not
yeah,
too bad either.
not too bad. Yeah, but also not very well. Not well positioned for the matchup specifically. We'll see how this Aspiringspike's hand looks a little bit stronger to me. Now let's see how the top decks develop the game. Well, that's a good start, right?
Yeah, Fable's great to tie all of that together. Although it is important to mention that, we said that Corey is gonna need to be the aggressor, which yeah, that's normally gonna be true. But that's probably less true if Corey opens with a Leyline of the Void, right? Because with Leyline in play, then just there is less need for that, and you could actually go longer and play more removal spells.
Yeah, it's actually quite the opposite, because the reasons why you have to be aggressive is breach, and also the fact that the removals are good. But if you have Leyline, DRC is less threatening, and Holy Hit is worse, and yeah, breach does nothing. And also Spikes doesn't have that many answers. He has Terra Sander, I think, but it's not a lot. And well, now Corey's orcs are going to be good here. Actually, going to be great.
Yeah, that was a great draw.
Yeah. We'll see, because at least this Ragavan connecting guarantees the Fable, which is a very important card in Corey's hand, and arguably probably one of the best cards in the matchup, I will say, without having played the matchup, but usually Fable is very important in these kind of games. Let's see.
Could be, yeah. With the way this game is going, I am going to risk assuming that we might be on the course of seeing a final between you and Corey, but of course I'm not writing Spike's chances to come back yet.
Yeah, I mean, it's looking good for Scam right now, for maybe Scam Mirror, but the Bolt of the top for Spike's actually decent, because now Bolt plus Ripshot can kill everything, and that's good. But now the problem is he's going to be facing a Fable on empty board, and no, it was not the Bolt. What did it was not the Bolt. Yeah, this Ripshot is a card you can use against a Scam also. It's not very hard to make it worth a card, right? I think that's good. Okay, Fable.
Goblin Anarchomancer, huh? So yeah, of course, sorcery speed, casting the lightning bolt makes a lot of sense against the Orcish Baumeister's deck. You don't want to risk your questing Druid getting pinged for no reason.
That's an interesting decision, right? Like, is Corey going to keep the Terminate? I think this is going to relate to what you said. Like, if he really thinks he's going to be the defender, he might actually just keep the Terminates and just go like, let's cut a land. And yeah, that's what he did. He's just being like, I want all my removals. I'm not in a hurry, so I'm just going to play defense. I think that's actually quite smart in this position.
Yeah, it makes sense. And also the Chalice of the Void, just Chalice plus Leyline combination, I guess that can help lock Spike down. I'm not sure what is the cost we are setting this Chalice to, but I guess realistically it has to be 1. Maybe you just put it on 0 to stop future Mishra's bubbles, but that seems like a low power move.
Yeah, I think Chalice on 1 is actually super strong. Like it makes sure Fable is not very likely to die. And also, yeah, I mean, Corey just became like the control prison deck here. If he goes Chalice for 1, like Spike doesn't have that many options going forward in this game. This happens. Not happening yet, though.
Yeah, seems like he's prioritizing casting his removal spells to prevent any creatures from sticking. Makes sense. Like the Druid would certainly be much more powerful of a top deck if a Narcomancer would stick.
Yeah, it's tricky because the later you cast a Chalice, the worse it becomes, but also the higher life total you have, the better it becomes, right? So it's I think this turn terminate over Chalice was actually a very difficult decision, but he's following through with the plan. His plan is just kill all the creatures, and he's just being like, kill the creatures. All right. Bone Crusher might actually came down at some point as well this game.
Yeah, let's not forget that that option is available for Corey at all times, sitting like a little bit sneaky to the side, but Bone Crusher Giant is castable, and we're gonna see Bone Crusher this turn. Yes, seems like Corey might be saving Chalice to cast it on 2, I guess.
That is a big draw for Spike because this unlocks the leyline. Oh no, the leyline.
That is indeed a big draw.
Yeah. I mean, Corey might not have enough time if he doesn't read the. Of course, Corey doesn't know about this Terrasander, so he will not see these DRCs as threatening as they are because we know 2 DRC, 1 breach can go crazy.
There is many options for Corey though. Like a play like Chalice on 1 and then pitch Fury. Could even maybe start by pitching the Leyline to Grief to check Spike's hands, I guess.
Well, I think he's trying to play control, so maybe he will hold the. No, I think I like that because
it's a bit aggressive, but of course, but the Leyline is not doing much for you in your hand anyway, so that wouldn't really hurt you that much resource-wise.
Yeah, it's also like it's only good against like something like a Spike's hand, but it's very good there, and Corey might identify that. Let's see which. No, he decides to pass, and well, he's effectively tapped out. This is the moment for Spike. Like it's probably like now where he has to try to make the comeback.
So Spike decided to respond with Seek the Beast. Seek the Beast to Chalice on 1. That was because he wanted to hit 1-drops to cast them with
White
his Seek the Beast while he could have.
Yeah, he's now though going for Bubble first. Yeah, I guess with Chalice in the battlefield, having Breach plus Bubble is a little bit less useful. Like maybe he's considering taking us under the Chalice. They're both good. They're both actually excellent here.
Yeah, it's a bit rough. I don't know what this Terrasander is gonna go after.
Yeah, it should be a wear and tear. 1 and 2.
Oh yeah, that wear and tear in game 3 was
I'd probably save the game. Yeah, I think I will have lost if it was not a wear and tear specifically, I think. Do you think my thoughts is game 1 was right? Or should I take the ring?
I would need to go back and see the hand again because off the top of my head I do not recall the exact situation.
Okay. I mean, sometimes when the thoughts is you're like hoping they don't take a card. Okay, I take it as it was not one of those situations.
I did not feel particularly elated at the moment when you discarded the card you discarded, so it was probably right.
Okay.
It wasn't a situation where I was excited to see a card saved in my hand. And seems like Spike went for Chalice.
Yeah, that makes sense with how he played this turn, right? Because otherwise he will have started the turn with Terrasander to beef the graveyard for Breach. But instead, he's saying, okay, my Breach is dead, but at least I get to unlock my whole deck pretty much. Like Chalice, actually, great card in this matchup for sure.
Yeah. Well, you get to unlock your deck, but the problem is that it doesn't do much still, right?
Yeah, it's a little bit of a pick your poison situation where it's like, well, either I will play 1 mana spells or I don't have a graveyard.
And the DRC is certainly not threatening
Pretty small.
Cory all that much.
Right, bold. Well, now this is a turn where Spike is going to get some board presence, but this is like a 2/2, a 2/1/1s, which run exactly into the Fury numbers. Like, I think if Cory draws a land here, it's almost over.
I think even if Cory doesn't draw a land, then he still gets to pitch the Fury and clear the board, right? And he knows that the last card is under World Breach, so there is no danger of questing Druid outgrowing that. But a land is going to be absolutely brutal.
Cory's like, come on, land! I mean, it's a red card, right?
That's
like,
fine. That's fine. Yeah, you still you still keep a Fury in your hand, so you still have a threat to cast if you draw a land in your next draw step.
I think we still have a game though. Like, I think if Spike draws like a Grand Resolve or questing Druid, we have a game. Like, it's not over by any means.
Yes. Manamorphose, all right. Could be anything.
Okay, could be anything, even another Manamorphose.
Sure. All right, could be anything.
Even another Harvest.
And that's a shock.
Oh,
let's not forget Giganta. Yeah, I forgot about Giganta too.
Me too. Well, Giganta is well sized versus that Fury. I'm not that sure that Cory is ahead anymore. Actually, looking at this hands in this position.
After the Secret Giganta, I have to say that
Secret Giganta.
These chaos are tipping slightly.
Yeah.
In Spike's favor.
Well, they're both missing one land for the 5-drop. We'll assume whoever. Oh well, this is actually going to be painful for. Not really, I guess. It will just take 1 damage. But he has to kill the orc. Like, it's not really an option. Okay. Do you think Cory is going to slam the Fury if he draws a land? Probably, right? Yeah.
Probably has to be the case.
Oh, where's a soul for Spike? Hey, that's an interesting one. Because he's going to put Spike on 4, so he's considering getting back like something like a Grief, I guess. The Grief is an answer to Gigantha, so that's why it's so appealing. It's an answer that actually gets ahead against Gigantha, while Fury does not. Like, it trades, but the Grief is better. So I think we will see here just Cory passing, actually, and just using Takenuma as a spell.
Could be. If you play a Fury, then, well, you get to win. If the Giganta doesn't come down, you get to force a trade with Giganta. If Giganta does come down, for Takenuma, you have to pass the turn to just grab something with it, which is reasonable.
Yeah, I mean, there's not too many cards that kill Fury, but if Spike has like Flame Slash or whatever, something like this, because he plays one thing on the sideboard, that will be so bad for Cory. Then I think it's a reason to not make this play. That's probably what he's going through his head. We don't know, but it's definitely close, I will say. He goes for Fury. He tries to win the game now, and well, he might be successful here. Big turn for Spike.
Tear asunder. Well, no black mana to kick it to hit the Fury. Manamorphose produces black mana, but not quite as useful now.
Yeah, he needs to get I don't know, like a creature. Okay, Manamorphose into Manamorphose, like a creature to chamblock the Fury is the best. Well, I guess the Flame Slash will be the best of deck.
Flame Slash, Lightning Bolt. Yeah, I guess Dragon Magician gives you some time.
Yeah, it's a chamblock for a turn. Just if Cory doesn't draw anything. I mean, this is not game over, but I think effectively is. Like this Reef, this Gigantha puts like 2 lethal threats on board, and Spike has like no hand at this point, basically. And
yeah, you probably choose to discard Terrasander and just attack. Now you go Giganta.
Well,
that's also reasonable.
Yeah, I don't think it matters much at this point. Like, it has to be quest and root into creature bolt, or that's not enough even, right? Yeah. Well,
Mishra's bubble doesn't quite do
nope.
it.
It seems like we're gonna have a scam mirror match in one side,